Hi, Enrique. You always surprise me with the different things. Right now is a countdown, which is completely different.
Why not? We always have a countdown, but this time we're making a change to make more psychedelic. I don't know how to call this one, but I realized that actually all the letters we put, they are hiding part of the countdown. So I say, oh, this is a bit stupid. So we receive some comment and I change it anyway. We have a bunch of them. So I'm going to display different one every time now, every Friday. So good morning, Peter.
Okay.
How are you?
Good morning. The BIM Cafe in psychedelic colors on the beginning.
Mhm.
Okay, very good.
So we are here today, fourth big cafe of the season, fourth interview of the season. I don't know if we can keep this pace for the rest of the season, but oh god,
Oh,
I couldn't even expect this. Yeah?
no, we just need to get some more people, I think, from the industry. So is anybody from the
Yes.
industry wants to talk about the BIM, how they did it in the company? It can be just manufacturing, construction, but if you guys have anybody who wants to talk and wants just to help me to find the money, I'm ready to I'm ready to listen. Please, please, just give us some insights from the industry side. This is what we really would like just to hear from them.
This is important because we are bringing here mostly we are having architectures and also some others main actors from the ASA sector, but from the production side. So we want to hear also the voices from the aspects from the industry itself. And this is why we made this open call for everyone if they want to come over and talk about how are they receiving BIM, because we're talking mostly with people who are giving, let's say, giving and using the BIM. That will be interesting for them. I'm gonna start to make some networking here to see if we can get some of these people on board and see if it goes well with the next guest.
Okay, so who will be our guest today? What are the plans for you? What do you have, Enrique, for me?
So today we are presenting our second woman in a row, Ane Ferreiro. She's also again an architect, and she works for a CYPE company. The name is the company CYPE, but she's working from the software design perspective. So they are developing some software which work obviously with BIM. Otherwise, we won't be talking about this here. And she's really on the user experience, how to provide a good experience with BIM to the users, and it's very important and different scope as well as using BIM as a tool for the end user itself. So we have a very nice interview with her in English this time, so no subtitles. And also wider for more public. She's also from Spain as myself, so we can see Spanish people also speak English. And
Oh, come on, that's the cliche.
yeah,
Please
bueno,
don't go this
it
way.
is,
Oh,
it is, it is, it is. Well, many thanks again to Anne from here again for spending such a nice interview with us. It will be released after the BIM Cafe at 10:30, remember, in YouTube. And as always, I selected few clips of the most interesting parts for the interview. On my perspective, I'm going to be streaming there in Premiere here. So
we will
first of
find the
all,
money, right? That's what you promised. We will find the money.
I haven't promised this for today. Maybe by the end of the season, we have the first hints to go for the money, but
Just a little, please. Not too big. Just a little. Just
it's a
give me
little.
just a little, little.
Okay. Few thousand to start, no?
Few thousands will be good for the companies. It's just we can help
Yeah.
them there.
So first of all, we're talking about the BIM concept. We repeat it many times: visualization, information, collaborative, and so on. But we are asking Anne on this time on this clip how she sees and how she perceives the BIM to the industry. What are the real benefits that she can give? Because remember that she's developing software which use BIM, so she really needs to like also sell the BIM as we try to talk in our webinar. So that's why I think it's also important to hear her voice and a different perspective of this. Let's put the video on and we comment right after.
Let's go.
Well, for me personally, and for our company, I do think that BIM, what is bringing right now is the possibility, and it's repeated time after time, no? But it's true, like the possibility of collaboration using digital tools. First of all, what BIM is bringing is the idea that the construction work needs to use digital tools. Okay, maybe it's not something that so many people say, but even though we or the past generation are really used to use, for example, AutoCAD, that is a 2D drawing software. For example, my generation, what we saw is, okay, we can use AutoCAD, but we can use 3D tools, and then we can use render tools, and then I can use this 3D to create a bill of quantities, etc. And I really think what BIM brings is this idea that there is a lot of digital tools available, and we are capable or being capable of collaborating between these different digital tools. And when I mean different digital tools, also I mean different software companies, meaning that, for example, till the arriving of BIM, even though Autodesk keeps being the biggest developer right now, we've seen now that a lot of software developers, not only CYPE, but the smaller software developers have come to the play, to take part and to add value to all the construction sector. And at least also for our perspective of software developing, BIM opens us the opportunity of collaboration between software companies also. Something that was like really close back then, and everybody was using AutoCAD, and that's all. It was a monopoly, let's say.
So if no, that's nice. It's really just Ane. She confirmed what we just heard from the last three episodes. Collaborations is the key, really, which BIM is bringing. But the collaboration in BIM, you have the same thing, Enrique, when you work in the teams, on the virtual meetings and everything. You don't need the BIM to collaborate, right? You need to have the strong person who can help. That's what I'm just listening to this. But okay, I hear you. I hear this is the good comment. I think I like it. But yeah, that's the tool, right?
That's true, exactly. But it's very important how she said that it's bringing to the construction industry this sense of collaboration, because usually we are now here, everyone, let's say, fighting their own battle. We say in Spanish, saying like you just take care or care about your own task, but don't really care about whoever will work on your part less after that. So it's important to see that there is other people who think the same, and this is the kind of values is bringing to the industry too. So from the way we hear software, I mean.
Hear you.
Nothing to comment. Second clip, we're gonna talk. This is. I'm highlighting. You see, guys, that Pietro is interviewing here, and the things get a bit hot on the interview, because he was also trying to find the BIM and the real value of it. So he was really having this. We're talking today about psychedelics. Peter was having this dream about going far with BIM and seeing how far it can go and how good it can be. And it was really interesting. I'm not going to spoil you anything else. Let's play the video and we comment right afterwards.
Let's go. Just hit the second part. I'm thinking they can just also redesign the products on the fly through the R&D, go through the certification, because it requires certification, require the materials, blah, blah, all of these things. And if the same cycle, they can just get back to you with the more efficient energetically that equipment, with the less CO2 emissions, etc., etc., etc. So I'm even a step further. I'm sorry, it excites me. But I'm still looking for a money.
It's really exciting what you say. I think you are going a step further, because first of all will be to have all these manufacturers inside the software, have their catalogs, like architects and engineers being capable of saying, I need this pipe, and this pipe exists.
Otherwise,
and I can ask for this pipe. Sorry, Enrique.
Yeah, I said otherwise you need to build it. Of course, this is fair.
Next step maybe will be what Pierre says. I don't think BIM is in that step yet, and I don't think it will be like closer to that step right now. No, our idea again here also is to include these manufacturers. We have almost 20 or 25 manufacturers, most of them from HVAC systems. This type of manufacturer is really interested in demonstrating that their equipment is more, for example, energy efficient than other equipments. And to address this problem, for example, BIM and simulation is a really interesting part also.
Yeah, no. My God, I looked really stressed and excited about this whole. So, guys, just listen to the whole story. That was really just,
Otherwise, you will think he's crazy.
Yeah.
No,
but I think, I'm sorry, Enrique. But I'm just going back to this. I think we are really just, when we're talking right now, when I listen to the guys, I'm realizing very small potential of the capacity which we have there. And this is something which I really think this is the big loss for the industry again, because it's not only just the information collaboration, it's all of the redesign and all of the changes, supply chain, etc., which is the key element where we can find the money.
It's completely true, but here and highlight what you said. I mean, of course, I do believe with your ideas that BIM can get even further and do this and that. But after taking all that from Anne's perspective, she mentioned manufacturers. The word of manufacturer, they need to be on the part of the wheel, no? They need to collaborate on the wheel. And one thing she mentioned, I completely agree with her. Is like first thing you need to do, having your BIM objects, having your materials or on virtual libraries. Otherwise, this wheel and this build of dreams will never happen, because from different agents needs to come the first small pieces to start to make the wheel round. So turn. So it's important that it's a dream, but it's not. Okay, it's a dream, but it's not. And from manufacturers, from here we make a call of attention, call of to everyone. They need to be on the track as well. And we go for the sorry.
Well, we will go for the next one, because I'm just that on that one I was stressed and excited. What you have prepared right now, I'm just
so to stress you out. We're going to talk about public administration. This is something
that's my favorite one.
we have an intense and also interesting argument about the public administration and what are their role on this BIM implementation, because it's important that they enforce BIM, but from the way of showing a benefit, not as an imposition. Piotr mentioned a very nice example about the method of the stick and the carrot with the public administration. So you cannot just show it as part of something you need to do. Okay, just keep moving and grab the carrot, just forget about everything else. No, we need to show the real value of this, because it's something that really works and benefits everyone. So the role of public administration is very important. It's a key on the development of it. I shut my mouth because I'm doing a spoiler of what we comment afterward. No? Let's play the clip and then we go after.
Okay, let's go.
We're here. That's why we are here.
For me, here it's really, really important that public administrations come to the play, no? Because at the end, what it can be done is that you are developing a BIM model that you want to maintain, no? Somehow during the life cycle of the building, no? To being capable of refurbishment, of addressing problems in the building, etc. But at the end, public administrations, most of them, not 100%, what they want is a plan, a 2D plan, a 2D section, and a lot of documentation in PDF, no? And for us, in this sense, if the public administration thought about being as a repository of information of existing buildings, that will add, no? Thinking about other different things that is not manufacturers in this case, no? That for sure will add value. We've seen some cases.
Yeah, that's a tough cookie, man. I'm still thinking public administration and BIM. I'm not sure if it's really compatible, but Ane, she thinks differently. So,
well, the way compatible or not is they are starting to, usually in many countries that happen in Spain here, when you want to apply for some tenders, public tenders, the amount of required information is like this. Okay, I always wonder myself, who is the one checking all this? Like at the university when you deliver some projects, no? But the thing that we can do all this on paper, we can do it in one file, and we actually can give value all this. So we were talking, this is a small spoiler of the next clip, talking about some standardization and certifications you can get through BIM. Those values that they need to be checked by the public administration to give you whatever stamp of certification, they can be issued through BIM and they can be checked by BIM. So instead of sending thousands of papers, you can do a BIM model and take it seriously that the information inside that model is valuable. So it's important that the public administration enforce and empower BIM, but saying, okay, I'm not going to empower because everyone is talking about this. I'm going to empower and force it because it's really interesting. It's giving me information, and you guys should do it too.
No, I like this one. I like the way how you just talk about it in terms of, saving my time. So I'm just finding a little bit money. I'm just a little bit. Not enough. I'm just a little bit.
So as I say, let's jump to the next clip of the interview, where we talk about something even more funnier than public administration, which is standards, norms, and regulations. No? Are they unique? Are they necessary? This is something that pulls many people away, including myself also. Anne mentioned something that is important, that why we don't need to have like 1, 2, 3 organization standards. Why not have many and respect them and make it interoperable and compatible between them? So let's watch the video and then we comment about this, or anything to say before.
Okay, let's listen to this one.
I don't see, for example, in the sense that you talk about using standardized formats, another thing that we see is that the industry has a lot of standardized formats. We cannot think that, for example, regarding BIM IFC is the only standardized format that can be used. No? And in this sense, us as a software company are really open to use other standardized formats coming from the software industry itself. No, it could be GLTF, it could be JSON, it could be FBX. No, and in this sense, we really do think, we do think as you in that sense. It cannot be saying, no, it has to be done. You only need an IFC model and that's all. No, well, there's a lot of ways of sending information right now in the software industry. For example, we started doing only IFC, and then we started thinking, okay, why don't using GLTF also to exchange like final images of the 3D models, like a fixed image in a fixed moment for the 3D models, that is a standard well known in the industry, and you can open with any Windows. Windows has a program, for example, that opens GLTF and other standardized formats for 3D modeling. In this sense, I think we are more open, and we don't believe that the way is imposing, but we see advantages in using the 3D models that we are creating.
It's interesting, guys, and just when you will be watching, and I really strongly recommend you to watch the whole interview with Ane, because we start with the completely two different planets. We were just on the two different parts of the world, and just going through the 1 hour I think that was just 45 minutes interview. We were just start getting together for the different discussions, definitions. So, and that was one part of it. I think the open standards was really part when we were saying, okay, I think that's what's does bring us together, right?
It's true what she said, that mainly we talk here and widely everywhere, same as the main BIM software widely known. It's Revit, the most widely known standard is IFC, but why do we need to work on that? There is many of them, and one is worse than others. So we can make the interoperability and compatible between them, working on different formats. From her software developer side, they're working on the JSON file formats, on the GLTF, also she mentioned. So it's giving the idea that BIM is more open than you guys think. There's way more rooms, and everyone can also do the collaboration part here.
Okay. And what do you have as a one on the last clip? What you have just selected? Tell me.
So we finished the interview after having this intense conversation about the standard. We finished the interview talking something which we're very interested that we haven't really researched on our BIM Cafe since we started, and it's going about what is the location, the place if BIM with the R&D project, the research and development project. So Ane mentioned that on her company they are building many different research projects based on BIM information, and basically highlighting two of them. So we want to see which ones are the ones that she's developing most forward, and we comment afterwards the power of BIM on the R&D world.
Okay.
Participating in 7 European projects, and right now there's basically two main subjects. One will be energy efficiency and how BIM will actually help to improve energy efficiency of the buildings, comparing different solutions, being capable. For example, we are in the SATO project that we are actually downloading data from sensors, and assessing this data, life. No, there's this one path that is really, really interesting for me. And I do think that BIM makes all the sense in that path. And the second path is this other one that I was talking about, public administration, or what they call digital building logbook. That is also this word, no, like interoperability, no, a word that right now is coming a lot in the main stage of the European projects, no? And is again this idea of how this information can be used in long terms, not only for the architects, but for the European Union, for the public administration itself, to create policies to improve cities and to improve buildings and the way of that buildings are working. This, I will say, these are the two main subjects right now. We are working in the two. We will start a project right now in October about the building digital logbook. There's a lot of standardization bodies there, but there's also a lot of software companies. It's really interesting, no? Because it gives us the chance also of this idea of sharing information between software companies and showing that not everything has to be done with the same software, no? And then the energy efficiency projects that for me are really, really interesting. We are renovating also buildings, not only in the BIM part, because they are together with the demonstration cases, no, where you demonstrate that, okay, we are renovating this building, we are putting sensors before and after, and we are assessing this building using BIM and trying to demonstrate, no, that BIM and energy efficiency will help, no, to reduce energy consumption of buildings, which is one of the main issues that Europe has now. No?
Yeah, I can say the potential is huge, and that's great that Europe is just going for this. I think that's really nice to see some of the changes which are coming on the European market. So nothing to say more about it.
It's very important about the digital books. I want to highlight the digital logbook. Sorry, I want to highlight on the interview you guys can see in YouTube in the full. She mentioned some example happening in the city of Barcelona, where the city hall itself with the use of BIM, they're monitoring and gathering the data. They are recording and also getting data into the system of which building got this certification or that one, so they can really have a control of the planning system in terms of energy efficient. And this is something which is related with a term we discuss all the times called the digital twin. We are creating also with the BIM technology a digital twin, which is a digital copy of what we are creating. Call it building, call it product, call it roof, call it whatever. And this digital twin is gathering all the data and maybe simulating some scenarios and also anticipating performance and other stuff for the future development of the life cycle of the project. So it's interesting, this digital building logbooks, and also related mostly with the energy efficiency appliance, because you can monitor and see the performance of your building. Taking the example of the building, this is one, how it will do, how it will react and adverse conditions or the situation is mapping in the area of Barcelona, as you mentioned on the example.
But I think the logbook, the digital logbooks, this is the old school, right? Old stories. I apologize again. It's just coming back from the industry. So the logbook, you can have for elevators, for example, when you have this, the technicians coming and saying that was just implemented, I think 20 years ago, for medical equipment. All of these things are already there, right? So for the small pieces of the buildings or for the equipments, etc., it's already there, right? Question is why we are not able to go to the bigger scale, why we cannot do this on the buildings, on the constructions, apart of looking for money, I try to figure out why we are just not able what is stopping us, what is just blocking the people to deploy it and just to go a little bit with the faster pace.
This is the big question we're trying to solve here, no? Why the construction industry, to put in other words, is so and evolve compared to others, right? Like why it took so long to use these technologies and the data science, and this is something we are seeing right now. But I already say many times that BIM as information management, how we are evolving the term of BIM to manage the information, having digital information and manage properly is a way to make it understand and more and reach more public with the terms.
You know, I was just listening to the book from the. I think that the title of the book is "A Skin the Game," and this is the part of the discussion. You know, why the people are just behaving, etc., etc. And one of the example was just also about the construction industry there, and that the architects building the buildings for the architects, not for the people. So maybe there is also there is this part of this, it's the parallel saying that we will not the BIM will not go forward if we will just only think about the technical people. If we will not think about the users, the people who just use it on the daily basis, who save the energy, who pay less bills because of the energy consumption, etc. So we just need to push it into the big public, to the grand public, you know, just trying to figure out if this is not if the people cannot vote with their capacity just to change the things, right? I don't know. Just
taking what Ane said in our last interview last week, like, don't try to be the heroes talking about this. Let's leave all these technical problems for our technical minds and give the people the small bites, easy BIM to consume, because otherwise they won't see the value. If they don't see the value, they're not going to go for it. This is what we need to do. So if people see that they pay less bill and say, you know what, this is because of, so they will embrace it properly.
That's just, you know, it's interesting. You know, I think, Enrique, thank you very much. I saw it's in the different way this time. So just I really like the way how we just complete with the different started from we start the interview with the completely different angles, and at the end with Ane we come up with the very similar conclusion. So that was really, really nice to see. I have not really found the money still yet. Maybe there is just a little small, like a 2 cents or 20 cents left and right, but not really the big amount of money where I can just sell it and just to do. Guys, if you like us, you know, if you like Enrique, if you like Piotr, you know, I think just click the button, subscribe, and just to get to us just more often. We will try to go around the year with the different aspects, different views of BIM. Feel free also just to come over and just be part of it if you like. If you completely disagree what we are saying, I'm welcoming you with the open heart here. Just please come, please.
Let me play some music because we're crossing the chapter. So I like to take with some nice music on the background. It looks really professional, by the way, at least on my headset. But yeah, it's true that we bring people in, like, discuss with us, because it's more interesting when we don't agree. Like, starting with these points and having conversation also with other people that come from different scopes. It's very interesting to bring them in and discuss about BIM and try to make them see if they see the same as us. So everyone is invited. We are launching more interviews. Je pense que la semaine prochaine on va parler en français, Piotr, c'est ça? We don't say anything else. But...
Avec l'accent polonais et l'accent espagnol, on va essayer de parler en français. C'est incroyable. We will be with the Spanish accent. We will be speaking French. Guys, you cannot miss this one.
Yeah, you will see my role is way more quieter because my French is a bit forgotten, but it's okay. Very interesting. I'm very happy to have the welcoming guests that they are really keen to collaborate, and we are coming with more interviews and people for different scopes. But we want more minds and more questions and make it harder. So contact us if you like. Subscribe. It's very important for you to show the support, because otherwise we feel that we're doing this for no one, and not we want someone else but our mothers to see this, right, Peter? So we need the support.
Okay.
Exactly.
Enrique, thank you very much for the Good Friday. Thanks very much, all of you guys watching. Just that this is what I saw it on the different influencers, YouTubers. Just click the button. I was never sure what they were saying. Click the button. I think that's the button. Yeah, so just go ahead, click and subscribe, and do whatever you like. Just spread the word and just come and see us. So we'll just ask you the question. Enrique, he is nice and he will be just interviewing you, but I will ask for money.
Yeah,
Where I can
exactly,
find the
exactly.
money.
He's a tough shark to be away with. Thank you, everyone, and we are waiting for you. You know, we are LinkedIn everywhere. Bye. Have a good Friday and
Thank
weekend,
you.
everybody.
Have a good Friday, guys. Have a good weekend.